It's the Daily Dog.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. I am thankful that you are hanging out with us today. So, all of this week we have been including reactions to holiday music, Christmas music, and I've had a wonderful time throughout the week. And during this week, we have had a lot of recommendations, late-breaking recommendations from folks that said, well, if you're doing Christmas, you should have done this one, or there's a lot of them. And I'm like, okay, thanks, y'all. The Christmas will come again next year. Right, so we're taking notes. But there was one recommendation that we spot checked, and it really struck me, and I thought we have to make some time to include this one on the channel this week. And so that is what we are doing. The song is called Christmas Truce, and it is by the band Sabaton. So Sabaton is a band that I am not familiar with, and so I'm very much looking forward to this. They are from Sweden. They are a heavy metal band, and they formed in 1999. This song, Christmas Truce, is from their upcoming album called The War to End All Wars. It is due to be released in March of 2022. And as I read, this album, The War to End All Wars, like its predecessor from Sabaton, The Great War, is a concept album focused on some of the major events during World War I. And this includes the Christmas Truce, this famous truce that happened at Christmas time in 1914, where the Western Front fell silent as this temporary ceasefire took hold. Soldiers from both sides ventured into what was normally no man's land on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day to interact, exchange food. They had some joint burial ceremonies, some prisoner swaps, and even some good old football and carol singing. So it's going to be interesting to see what this band does with it. As I'm looking at it, they premiered this official music video on October 29th of this year, and it already has almost 5 million views. So 5 million people can't be wrong, y'all. We're going to dive into it. Performing for us today, Joachim Broden on lead vocals and keyboards, Par Sundstrom on the bass and vocals, Chris Roerland on guitars and vocals, Tommy Johansson on guitars and vocals, and Hannes Van Dahl on drums and vocals. You gotta love a band where everybody in the band sings, right? So y'all, let's get to it. We're gonna be looking at the official music video from Sabaton and their brand new song called Christmas Truce. Ready? All right, here we go. Ooh, this is gonna be like a real production. Popcorn. Can't imagine the emotional, physical toll that this would have on a person.
Come on, man, wake up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hannes!
Great cinematography. This is compelling. Whoa. That's a sight. You can tell by his hands he's in A. Oh, it's the Carol of the Bells, but it's turned upside down a little bit. Normally it goes from the third down to the tonic, and this one's going from the root up to the third. It's just switched in the direction that the little motive is going. Power song.
Silence.
Whoa.
Oh, I remember the silence.
What a voice.
On a cold winter day. After many months on the battlefield, and we were used to the violence. Then all the candles went silent, and the snow fell. Voices sang to me from
Voices sang to me from no man's land. We're all friends.
And today we're all brothers, tonight we're all friends. A moment of peace in a war that never ends. Today
They went to relative major
we drink and
for the
unite.
chorus.
Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. Hear carols from the trenches, we sing a holy night. Our guns laid to rest among snow.
Our guns laid to rest among snowflakes.
Trenches are Christmas on the front, far from home.
Oh, cool. Hey, hang on a second. So what I heard from them during that, it kind of reminds me a little bit of these sort of shanties that have been popular lately, especially during lockdown. These like TikTok shanties that people sing. It's got this rollicking compound meter, and especially with that type of vocal color from Joaquin, really sturdy, and it just gets right to you, right? But they're in A minor for what sounds like the verse, and then it sounded like they went into the relative major there for the chorus. We're gonna keep on rolling, y'all.
Madness. How I remember the sadness.
And by step,
We were hiding our tears
like to A,
in a foreign land where we faced our
the G,
fears. We were soldiers
and then that's C major, relative major.
on our shoulders for our nation. What are you doing? Is that why we bury our friends?
Boy, how brave is this guy to walk out there?
We were all friends. And today we're all brothers. Tonight we're all friends. A moment of peace in a war that never ends.
I'm sure the war felt this never
We
ends.
drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. Hear carols from the
Hear carols from the trenches, we sing O Holy Night, our guns laid to rest among snowflakes, and then,
Christmas in the trenches. Christmas on the front.
yeah, towards the end there, hang on a second, towards the end there, a Christmas in the trenches, a Christmas on the front far from home. It starts, the bass line starts ascending chromatically by half step. And to me, that always dictates when the music starts moving up harmonically by half steps. That's where the music, I think, turns hopeful, especially when they've been doing nothing but descending bass lines for the main idea of the song. I want to back up a little bit and see if we can catch that again.
We're all brothers. We drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. Hear carols from the trenches. We sing a holy night. Our guns laid to rest among snowflakes. Our Christmas in the trenches.
F sharp, D, G sharp, right? Really fun. A fun musical effect. Acoustic guitar stands in for an electric guitar. Why not? Move the piano out there. It's a cool move. They went to C minor. And the G, then the Sol. And they use that to get back up to A minor. still hopeful. I think that motive of the Carol of the Bells turning upwards instead of downwards is a point of view of hope versus just
Tonight we're all friends. A moment of peace in a war that never ends.
cool.
Today we're all brothers. We drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. On Christmas on the front line we walk among our friends. We don't think about tomorrow. The battle
Oh,
will
they're
commence when
fighting
we
again.
celebrate to Christmas. We thought about our friends, those who never made it home when the battle had commenced.
Carol of the Bells turns around. It's mournful again. That's a little thing, but motivically, it's really powerful. '21, 1914. Lest we forget. Ooh. It's a powerful piece of music, y'all. How long did these go? For a while. Trying to see if I can find who the singers are that are singing these ahs here at the end. They sound great too. The way this sounds, it sounds like a movie soundtrack. The production quality is off the charts, y'all. I normally wouldn't watch the credits, but it sounds great. I need to listen to more from this band. It was very... ending credit vocals by Floor Jansen. Of course! Of course! Wow. I am extremely happy that we took the time to include this really powerful song in the mix this week, y'all. I'm struggling for coherent things to say after that. Sometimes art does that to you. It just smacks you upside the head and gets you to really think and get into a sound and a subject matter that just hits you, and that's what happened here. They did some really interesting stuff. There was that one spot in the solos where they flipped. They'd been a lot in A minor and C major, so those are related keys. A minor is the relative minor to C major, and C major, vice versa, is the relative major to A minor. Both of those keys use the same notes. They just have a different tonic. Well, when they got into that middle section, they went to C, but they turned it to C minor. Now that's turning from C major into C minor adds some flats, right? And as they got back to A minor, they used the G, which is, sol to C and subtonic to A, and that's how they got back. It was a really neat little section they had there. And then towards the end, a Christmas on the front line, we walk among our friends. We don't think about tomorrow. The battle will commence. When we celebrated Christmas, we thought about our friends, those who never made it home when the battle had commenced. I am lucky enough to have never been asked or made to serve militarily. I don't know if I could. As much as I am a patriotic person, conflict and war and intentionally causing harm to other people is not in my DNA. I can imagine that there are many, many people throughout history that have been forced into situations where they had to hurt someone else or kill someone else or be hurt or be killed. And I can only imagine the emotional torment and turmoil for those that survive the ordeal. War. What this shows me, y'all, is that even a world war and all of its moving parts and all of the money and artillery and people power that it takes to wage war can be stopped with intention. These people took the opportunity back in 1914 of saying, you know what, it's Christmas. We are all friends. We're all brothers. And at least for today, we're going to act like it. And it takes intention and it takes courage to do that, to break these cycles of conflict, to break these cycles of violence. And this song is a testament to having the courage to find that humanity among any conflict that we come across and break those cycles of injustice, those cycles of violence, those cycles of trauma, and try to find the humanity and try to find the hope in these situations. Just a wonderful song. I'm very, very happy that we took the time to include that this week. Christmas Truce by Sabaton from their upcoming album, The War to End All Wars. The single is out now. I watched this here on YouTube. I would encourage you to watch it a couple times without me trying to tell you what's going on in it, so that you can enjoy it on its own. And then I'll be looking for some of their other tunes and their new album coming out next year for sure. Thanks, everybody. We will see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.